In this life, there's no absolute truth because reality is like a dream, and all the rules are just illusions. It is an illusion that is perceived as the truth, but in reality, it is not the absolute truth, it is a relative truth. And you can see it in people's lives that for some people, something is very easy, and for some people, it is very hard. And some people can flow in life and others can't. Some have a strong intuition and some don't. So if you don't have that strong intuition, life can become very hard because you don't know what to do. And you also don't have the answers out of nowhere. So you have to do everything by yourself. And it depends on the level of consciousness about how free you can be. If you believe that real freedom is in circumstances and in the material world, then you are very limited. But if you understand that everything that is in the physical world is actually an illusion and that everything is created out of consciousness and you are always free, so you don't have to understand anything, you are always free because the real you understands everything. And your intuition is always there with you. You can always access your intuition, and you are not the person that has to do everything. And all the rules that you believe are necessary are just made up. Something can be true in a moment, and the next moment it isn't true anymore. So also, if you think about how you achieved some success in the past, doesn't mean it is the same in the future. But people are holding on past successes and how they get there because it feels like they have control then. But in reality, it is not working like that. The world is always changing, and you can be always on your path if you are in alignment. But if you are not in alignment and you are stuck in the past, you don't have control. You can only think you have control, but it is never really working. Because if you observe people, there's no one that has absolute control because it is impossible. It's an illusion. The real control is when you are in alignment, because you are not a persona, you are not the ego, you are not that. So you have to let go of everything that you believe is true and of all the control mechanisms, because it is never the real control. There is no real control in physical reality. It is all an illusion, it is all secondary. The real control is in consciousness and never in the physical world. But it seems like that because people are just thinking that it is real, that physical reality is the only real thing and that the rest is nonsense or just some extra thing. But it is not like that. There's so much more than physical reality, and there's so much more that humans can't see but is there, that has a way bigger influence than everything that is physical. If you have an intention from the heart and you know that that is what you want and you choose that, it is possible that things come to you without doing anything on the side of the physical level. Circumstances just come to you and you can experience that. That's not something that you just think about and it just happens. It is not in the control of the ego, it is more in the control of being in alignment. You feel what is the right way, you feel what is the right thing to do, and you feel what is your real desire from your heart, and that just manifests in your world. And that is beyond all the control, beyond all the belief systems, and it is beyond everything that people are projecting on how reality is working. Almost no one knows what reality really is because we are not able to see that. We are not able to perceive reality fully. But what we can do is connect with spirit and connect with the rules that are true for us, for our own physical experience. And if you do that and you are aligning with your unique rules, with your unique way of how you want to live life and what you feel intuitively that is right for you, then life is very easy because you are going to be on a resonance with the frequency of your heart and in alignment, and then you don't have to control everything anymore. The control is in consciousness and it is not in the ego anymore. You can use the ego for different purposes, but it is not for the control. And if you try to take control with the ego, you are also going to create all the old stuff that you don't want, because the ego is conditioned in old patterns. So that is not what you actually want. Recreating old patterns are never fulfilling, because it is never from your heart. And you need to fulfill your heart desire and to live in alignment, to feel fulfillment. That's the only way. You can't do something else and then cut off your heart and then expect that you're going to feel fulfillment in that way. That's not possible. It is just from the heart and taking actions from the heart, and then you can experience for yourself that that is the truth.